John Bergman shared with us his 12 biggest mistakes that people make when flipping. Sometimes people will try flipping and say it hasn't worked, and he said, well, because you're doing it wrong. And here are the 12 ways that he says that you're doing it wrong. So, in the opposite, from the least to the worst. So number 12 is easy. Your video's too long. If your video is more than 15 minutes, forget it. If you think about it, you probably wouldn't watch a YouTube that's more than 5 or 6 minutes. So personally, I aim for 6 minutes and try to make it less than that if I can. Number 11, if you're adding student work rather than replacing it. If you're asking them to do all the same things that you asked before, and you're asking them to watch a video and respond to it with a worksheet, then that's not going to work. They're just going to do more. What you're trying to do is replace what you've done before with something that's going to be more effective and more efficient. Number 10 is rescuing the kids, or what he said was lecturing when they don't watch the videos. So if you expect them to do the homework and watch the video and they don't do it, and then you come in and just teach it anyway, well then they've learned that they don't have to watch the video. Number 9, something we don't really have to worry about. Number 9 mistake is making the content difficult to access. So we have Canvas, and a lot of schools do not have anything like that and are trying all kind of ways to get students to access the stuff. And one person's using Google Drive, another person's using Box.net, another person's using Weebly. So we're very fortunate that we don't really have to worry about number 9 because our students know where to find the content. Number 8, the teacher is not active in class. So if you are thinking, I'm going to create my flipped content and then get to class the next day and just watch them work, that's not what this is. Flip content works when you engage them in the group space and when they are actively involved and you have that time then to work with the kids that you need to work with. Number 7 is giving up too early. You tried flipping for a little bit, didn't work, and it's not there. I was talking to a lot of teachers who said it's pretty much taken the year to train the kids that this is the new norm, that this is not going away. And it's not that they flip every single lesson, it's nothing like that. It's that learning how to actually take that kind of accountability. So don't give up too early. Number 6 is not planning for students with incomplete understanding. So if you send a video home and you think, okay, the kids are going to watch it, they'll slow it down if they have to, but by the time they arrive, after having watched the video, then they're going to get it. And the only other kids are the ones who just didn't bother to do it, so I'll just make them do it. There will be a whole chunk of kids who tried really hard to do it and who didn't get it. So, of course, we know in any situation, homework situation, that we're going to have those students, well, it'll be exactly the same in flip learning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jetstar Airlines, all customers travelling on JQ938 service to Cairns to come forward for boarding. Now boarding through gate lounge 58.
Number 5 is not building interactivity into the lessons. This could be fancy pants things like building in quizzes that pop up in the middle. This could just be putting a Canvas quiz at the end. This could be students taking notes or filling in questions that have to do with your video. This could be students come in with one thing that they learned from the video. There has to be something that they do, not just sit and watch the video and say, yeah, I watched it. Number 4 is using videos, only videos created by other people. There's nothing wrong with using videos created by other people, but you're not really flipping in this sense if you haven't worked with that relationship that you have with your students. So if you're creating video, or better yet, if there's 2 teachers that teach that subject or are likely to teach that subject, you 2 together sitting there on the webcam creating the videos is going to be more effective than just using stuff that you found from online. By all means, use stuff from the experts that we can't recreate, but make your own content as well. Number 3, teachers don't teach the students how to watch an instructional video. So it's not like just sitting down and letting it wash over you. You need to teach them how to take notes. You need to probably walk them through it in class, or you go through one with them. Say, this is where I would stop and this is where I would write this down. You can give them the Cornell note-taking outline and help them to walk through that. But not teaching them how to watch the videos and just assuming they're going to do it is, you're doing it wrong, according to John Bergman. Number 2. Not getting the key stakeholders involved. So if you're super keen on flipping, let's do this together. Let's make sure that students understand why you're doing it and the parents understand why you're doing it. And the number 1 biggest mistake that you can make when you're flipping is you don't make class time meaningful, rich, and engaging. So there is nothing wrong with them watching a flipped video on how to do a mathematics concept. There's nothing wrong with them coming in and working on it and doing the problems in class. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that that is rich and meaningful and useful for them, but there are other activities, and depending on what your subject is, and even with maths, there should be different things, and you will be freed up to do different things if you commit to the flip that involve perhaps higher order thinking, perhaps more problem solving, perhaps more creative thinking, but your class time cannot be you sitting at the desk and them only doing problems. Even if they're doing problems, of course, you'll be wandering around and helping them. So those are the 12. Those are the 12 mistakes that people make when flipping. If you're not making those mistakes, your flipping should be working.